Hello, you watch Afghan News. France on Monday condemned an attack on Afghanistan's defense ministry which took place on the second day of a visit by French Defense Minister Jérôme Longuet to the country. Longuet was at Bagram Air Base at the time of the attack. During the course of his visit, which began Sunday, he had been scheduled to meet with President Hamid Karzai, as well as Foreign Minister Zalmay Rassoul and Defense Minister Abdelrahim Wardak. The French Foreign Ministry in Paris condemned the attack with the greatest firmness, saying that the terrorists again showed their disregard for human life and assuring Afghan authorities of ongoing French support in the fight against terrorism. The brief statement did not refer to reports that Longuet had been the target. Longuet is on his first visit to Afghanistan since becoming defense minister in February. France has some 4,000 troops in Afghanistan serving with the NATO-led ISAF mission. 12 Iranian engineers and 5 of their Afghan colleagues were kidnapped by Taliban gunmen on Monday in a remote region of Afghanistan near its border with Iran, local officials and the Iranian government said. The men who were working on a road construction project were snatched at gunpoint in the Road district of Farah province, which borders Iran. Provincial government spokesman Naqibullah Farahi said Tehran confirmed the abduction of 12 Iranians, while the Afghan provincial authorities had earlier said the number was 10. Taliban spokesman Yusuf Ahmadi by telephone to media says that the insurgent group had no knowledge of the kidnapping, although the rebels have been responsible for similar abductions in the past. Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesman Ramin Mahanparaz said the Afghan authorities had been asked to take firm and swift action on the abductions. The state television said Farah is a remote province which borders Iran and faces significant Taliban activity. A Pentagon inquiry into a controversial Rolling Stone magazine profile of General Stanley McChrystal that led to his dismissal as the top U.S. commander in Afghanistan has cleared him of wrongdoing. The investigation's results released on Monday also called into question the accuracy of the magazine's report last June. The magazine quoted anonymously people around McChrystal making disparaging remarks about members of Barack Obama's, the U.S. President National Security Team, including Joe Biden, the Vice President. At the time he dismissed McChrystal, Obama said the general had fallen short of the standard that should be set by a commanding general. However, the U.S. Defense Department Inspector General's report concluded that available evidence did not support the conclusion that McChrystal had violated any applicable legal or ethical standards. Meanwhile, Rolling Stone issued a statement saying it stands behind its story, which it called accurate in every detail. Gunfire erupted overnight in the Syrian city of Homs, where thousands of anti-government protesters had gathered in the main square a day after activists said at least 25 people were killed there. Homs was shut down by the army with 3 rings of checkpoints surrounding the city. Security forces had given protesters until 2:30 a.m. to clear the square, but gunfire was reported at 2:15 a.m. local time. The latest protests against President Bashar al-Assad's 10-year rule came as Syria's Interior Ministry on Monday night said the country was facing an armed insurrection, saying several members of the security forces have been killed and wounded in days of violence. Also, Sohair Atassi, a prominent rights activist, said 10,000 people were at the Al-Sa'a square late on Monday night. Demonstrations were also reported in the southern city of Dar'a, in the Barzeh district of the capital Damascus, and in Ain al-Arab in the mainly Kurdish north. About 1,500 people gathered at the Shagor bridge between Aleppo and Latakia in the morning. Earlier in the day, Walid al-Mu'allim, Syria's foreign minister, met foreign ambassadors and told them that reforms are on their way and that peaceful protests will be tolerated, but not destruction of government properties and other disruptive behavior. The United Nations says it has been guaranteed humanitarian access to the Libyan city of Misrata, while Britain says it will fund efforts to evacuate thousands of stranded migrant workers by boat from the base's port city. A Libyan official told Valerie Amos, the UN humanitarian chief, that Muammar Gaddafi's government was willing to set up safe passage out of the city, which remains partially in opposition hands after weeks of attacks by Gaddafi loyalists. Amos secured the deal through talks and Tripoli, apparently pledging to up the UN presence in the capital in return for humanitarian access in other Libyan cities. But she said that while she had received assurances the UN would be able to access the city, she received no guarantees of a cessation of hostilities to enable people to move or for supplies to be delivered. Meanwhile, Andrew Mitchell, the UK's International Development Secretary, said that the UK would provide $3.3 million in aid and work through the International Organization for Migration to charter a ship to get Egyptian and Bangladeshi workers out of Misrata. Also on Monday, rebels consolidated their control of Ashdabia as a sandstorm, which had restricted NATO operations in the skies overheat and allowed pro-Gaddafi forces to advance on the town cleared. And members of Yemen's ruling party, including 3 former ministers for tourism, human rights and transport, and a number of members of parliament, form a new bloc to support protests against the rule of Ali Abdullah Saleh, the Yemeni president. The new party, called the Justice and Development Bloc, opposes the suppression of protests and is demanding an end to Saleh's 32-year rule, Muhammad Abu Lahom, its leader said on Monday. The protests, inspired by uprisings that toppled the leaders of Egypt and Tunisia, are now in their 3rd month and bring tens of thousands of people onto the streets almost every day, demanding an end to endemic poverty and corruption, and scores of protesters have been killed. At least 88 people were wounded on Monday in the Red Sea port of Hodeida as plainclothes police fired bullets and tear gas at protesters who responded by hurling stones, witnesses and doctors said. Meanwhile, a ruling party official has said that a high-level delegation from the party would head to Abu Dhabi, the capital of the United Arab Emirates, for a meeting there on Tuesday. And that's all for now. Stay with the News in 30 minutes.